My neighbor's pussy is a clown car. Really, it is. It's one thing to have one or two kids, or three or four. But when you have multiple kids with multiple people, the line in the front door gets very long. Let me explain. So we decided to do some yard work. It was really a great time to do it out front. Normally there's a different car over there, meaning the neighbor I'm talking about is 45 degrees Fahrenheit to the right. As we're out there, normally this girl can schedule her pickups and drop-offs really, really good, like Disney World. You know, the shuttle bus. But there must have been a malfunction in time lapse. The equator must have shifted. I don't know. So two of the fathers of the three that she has, the three different fathers she has, raking in that money, they both show up at the same time and stand out front of the door holding the kids and banging on the door as they're looking around, which was a great experience. It was a wonderful thing. I knew they were embarrassed. I could just tell. Brief story about this certain person. 45 degrees out facing my front door, Fahrenheit. The house on the right. When we moved here, she was married to the first one. Well, no, that's the second one. He worked at AT&T, the phone company. He drank a lot on the front step. I guess she kicked him out after she got into the house. She doesn't come outside to get the kid. She's still in her nightgown at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is fine if you can pull that off. You kind of get where we're going with this, right? So she meets a cop, a sheriff, matter of fact. He lived there for about 1.5 years. Bought her a fence, bought her a big fancy playground for her kids in the back. At this time, she only had 2. Put even like Christmas lights on the front of the house. The cops would come around in the neighborhood and ask if he was doing okay, if he had any problems with the neighbors across the street, because he's running for sheriff. Charge! Well, little as we know and little we did, he loses his sheriff job. She drove him crazy. Now he's riding around actually his mom's dropping him off to pick the kid up. So that's number 3. That was wonderful. So she has a line out the door. I think she should, and usually the guys that spend the night, there's several different guys at different cars that show up. She's trying to lock down another one. And you know what? God bless her. This is America we live in now. Why not do it, right? Now, the neighbor across the street, the annoying kids, have this dog that she keeps getting out of the yard. Well, they seem to find that dog. So anyway, the dog's out front. I'm sitting on the couch. I look over and I say, look, I thought that dog was gone. My wife said, no, it's a female dog. That dog's 14 years old. I go, really? And I look again. I thought it was a male. Have you ever seen bread that laid on a plate that's filled with water at the bottom of the sink? That dog's pussy looked like wet bread. Just imagine that for a second. Now, do you remember the show Dukes of Hazzard? Man, I love that show. Just for the car, the General Lee. The Dukes of Hazzard made it okay to fuck your first cousin. It's the natural. It just made America great. Now that made America great when you can fuck your first cousin. And it'd be okay because of the Dukes of Hazzard. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because who doesn't love the General Lee? When I saw that car, I got a boner terror. It tore right through the front of my pants. I'm not kidding. I love that car, among with everybody else. It's probably the most famous car in the world. Who doesn't love the General Lee? The reason why I bring this up is because now Dodge, I'm leaving that in there. Dodge, I believe it's this summer, is bringing out the new Dodge Charger. I'll put it up on the screen as well. But it's going to be electric. Now I know America is falling apart. When you make the Dodge Charger, or the Challenger, or the Mustang, the Mach 1, it doesn't even matter. America has failed now that we're moving into the muscle cars being electric. Anyway, among other things, let's get into something positive. I love my right-hand side neighbor. I love him. He doesn't even speak English. He's a Mexican guy. I love him. He probably could make me a badass beef burrito. Because Taco Bell sure the fuck can't. They just add all kinds of shit. What happened to meat and cheese and onion? And this is serious. This is not a joke. We love each other. We have our gay experiences every fucking other fucking weekend when we cut the grass. I cut the grass when our yards meet. There is no fence on the side over here in the front. There is no fence, no nothing like that. It's just grass to my driveway. So I decided to cut over maybe 6 foot into his yard to help him out. Whatever, just to do it, to be nice. Because God said, be nigh good to your neighbor. Or however the fuck he said it. So he started cutting my side when I got, because tell you the truth, I'm not much of a yard guy. I like my grass being high. I could live with my grass being 8 foot tall and only have a running way that goes from my front door to my car. That way, when my house burns down, I can hurry up, go out front before the family tries to get out the top windows or out the front door and set the grass on fire, and I get them either way, one way or the other.
Jesus Christ! Oh, Brian, I'm on fire!
But back to my good friend next door, my Mexican friend. He cuts my grass, I cut his. That's America. That's America. Now that is America. We're going back and forth now. We got there first to see who can cut their side first. Cut the front sides first. Yep, you sure do. Yep. So, this video is dedicated to my neighbor that doesn't speak English. If you're listening, I love you. Now, if you've been supportive of this channel, you know that means I love you. That's the circle of love. Anyway. Well, if anybody wants to make a baby with my neighbor, let me know. Put it in comments down below. I'll see you guys later.